Look at this. Y'all saw me going on and on earlier this week about how the visuals for Hometown are basically the story of Jumpsuit, and here's what I mean by that. We come upon a rabbit in the wilderness. The bad guy is spotted, approaching with aggression. The rabbit freaks the fuck out and flees with the bad guy in pursuit. But the bad guy gets him before he gets away. And fade to black. And one of my friends is like, yeah, I love how his eyes change color, the rabbit. And I'm like, they do what now? And she's like, yeah, the colors change. Yellow, orange, red, right? And then I had like a mild psychological break for like a week. It was fine. Why is this important? In my opinion, 2 reasons. 1, it shows that this story and the relevance of these colors has existed for years.
We've been here the whole time.
Now, I'm not a doctor, but I don't think it's rocket surgery to connect yellow with good, red with bad. We know this. But it's important because it means this one video or visuals is not the sole source of information here. The whole era is. 2, we see red and yellow here in a context we understand, which by default also gives context to orange, which we've been noticing for over a year. In the moment before the rabbit reacts to the enemy, his eyes are flicking between orange and yellow and kind of normal looking. But then the moment he senses the danger, his eyes narrow and shift to orange. And then, finally, his eyes dilate in fear, and he just bolts. Not fully red, but might as well be. So if this is a real thing, I should expect to see something similar in Jumpsuit, right? I think so. Maybe something like a half a dozen flashes of yellow-orange light, and 2 orange ones the first time Tyler falls. It's like we're seeing a moment more vulnerable than yellow, but not quite red yet. Feels like vulnerability, danger, warning. And of course, as we know, red does show up to complete that yellow-orange-red sequence in Jumpsuit. So we have orange, the color between 2 colors, placed between 2 places. Well, Blurryface is multifaceted, right? So this would look different in different scenarios. Like maybe when Blurryface is fear and yellow is safety, orange could be vulnerability. I'm so mad that word doesn't fit. Where Blurryface is rage and yellow is calm, maybe orange is aggression. What I'm saying is, Blurryface isn't one thing, well-being isn't one thing, orange probably isn't either. So just, use your dome. Now, my friend also pointed out that not every video has yellow in the rabbit's eyes. Sometimes it's just orange and red, and if you look closely, you're gonna see that. And what I attribute to that, and honestly what I think is the point, is just, hey man, some days are better than others. Some days you'll last in the fight longer, some days you'll fall faster. Well, let's get back to the point here. Now, if you know me, you have seen this clip more times than you've ever wanted to in your entire life.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time with specifically the live show, whether it's the content on the screens or what the lights are doing, and all the way down to what colors represent what, and having those colors kind of battle each other, and one of them wins. And there's actually a lot of storyline inside of our production of our live show.
And you also know that we've spent the last 4 months looking at lighting together, like this. So if I'm me, which I usually am, I would expect to see an important color reflected in the show lighting. Alright, so this is Jumpsuit at Prague. That's kind of red, orange. Not orange. Ooh, but that is. Cool. So Jumpsuit Live has orange. But wait, I know that Levitate also does. Which is a pretty solid indicator you're gonna find it in the music video. And you do. And the story does make good on that danger or warning or vulnerability that color seems to indicate. But we found this little tip-off in the blurry face era. I want to look more there. Where else might we find orange? Maybe a song like Polarize, a song about sorting out your best and worst selves, your reds versus your yellows. But maybe you find it's really freaking hard, and your identity seems kind of trapped between them, or liable to go either way. Like this is literally a fingerprint. What about a song like Tear in My Heart? If your heart is your armor, and she's a tear in it, she's like under your skin, that's good, right? You love each other. But also, if you have a tear in your heart, you might gonna die. Like that's for sure some vulnerability.
Love is a scary thing. It's trusting someone with everything that you have, and they could decide to crush it at any moment, and that's a very uneasy feeling.
We have Tyler just like looking around, distrustful of people, and I don't really see any orange in this video that's obvious to me, just Jenna slapping the blurry face out of him. Okay, so let's check the live show anyway. There it is.
It's my orange, she's the tear in my heart. She's a carver, she's a butcher with a smile. Coming far.
Okay, so maybe colors in the show and the music videos isn't a one-to-one relationship 100% of the time. Now obviously, there's a little bit of posturing going on my part right now, because of course I know it's in the videos. Otherwise I couldn't show you. So if we look at this last bit of notes I took here, it looks like Tear in My Heart actually used to end on red, and over time came to end on yellow and orange, which is a lot more hopeful. So there's this whole other dimension here, where within the show itself, it can evolve. And where there's dimension, there's also detail. Watch this. Did you get it? One single frame of orange each time. It's way too fast to consciously see. I don't think you're supposed to know that you saw it. It comes right after Tyler says, if you get between me and someone I love, you're done. Almost as if to say, warning, you don't want the red guy to show up. He'll unmake you. Which goes back to what I was saying earlier, there's a lot of ground to cover between red and yellow. Danger can equally be a risk or a threat. And I think it's starting to show that I've been doing this for 12 hours and we're running out of time. Let's do one more. This is my favorite.
I felt like I always wanted to explain to the mainstream audience, like, about our fans and who we really are, and try to bring them along and kind of go, listen, this is what you should expect, you know, tread lightly.
So Tyler's describing the fan base, but he's also one of them. A little bit at risk, a little bit of a threat, and the idea of a prison is both an old idea and the same idea as the new idea, Dima. Like, there's a good chance that's the same kind of prison, right?
What kids are doing, they're killing themselves. They feel they have no control of the prisoner's cell. And if you're one of them, then you're one of me. And you would do almost anything just to feel free.
And like, there isn't a whole lot of metaphor going on here. There's a concert in the basement. When he has a concert with this group of people, he's got that yellow. For a minute, things are a little more okay. They share this moment and this space. Even if he's like a little threatened by them. And in the end, he's still just a prisoner, just like they are. But he gets to keep those moments for just a little bit afterwards. You can see his jumpsuit's yellow before it fades back to orange. And it fucking kills me that he's smiling faintly, even as he's surrounded. Oh shit, I ran out of time. I just made this video because the hype has orange in it and I hope it comes out tomorrow. Okay, bye.